Hello, welcome you all to this channel again. So let us continue with symmetry elements, and in this particular video I'll be demonstrating you improper access of symmetry. Let us begin with the video. First we shall understand, we know already what exactly is proper axis of symmetry. So it is an imaginary axis which is present or which can be imagined in the molecule, so that on that axis if the molecule is rotated, that will result in indistinguishable orientation. Similarly, even plane of symmetry has been demonstrated to you in the previous videos. So where we will be identifying an imaginary plane in the molecule, and if we reflect the molecule with respect to that plane, we get indistinguishable orientation or equivalent orientation, that it is known as plane of symmetry. So now to understand this improper axis of symmetry, that background is required, and if you have not watched the previous videos, please do watch those, and then we can just continue with this. First we shall see how this can be defined. Improper axis, or even the other name for this is alternate axis of symmetry. Okay, alternate axis of symmetry or improper axis of symmetry, it will be represented by Sn, n subscript. Now, how it can be defined? Mathematically, it can be defined in this way, and even if we can understand it in mathematical terms, even the definition, it can be understood in the physical sense too. So this indicates alternate axis of symmetry, and here this is important. It is identified that z-axis is the axis of symmetry. Z-axis, it has been identified to be the improper axis of symmetry. So this one, improper axis of symmetry, it will be proper axis on the defined axis. So defined axis, it is z-axis. So this operation, essentially improper axis, this operation, the operation here, it will be called as rotoreflection. So that rotoreflection operation or alternative axis, it will be defined as rotation on z-axis followed by reflection in its perpendicular plane, because sigma, it represents, as it has been mentioned, this represents reflection operation or plane of symmetry. So essentially it is product of both these. First we should perform proper rotation on the molecule, and then it should be followed by reflection in perpendicular plane. See, that is the significance. If z-axis it is taken as axis of rotation, then its perpendicular plane, it will be xy plane. Therefore here if I take z-axis as rotation, then xy should be the plane on which I am performing reflection operation. So of course it can be changed. If we take x here, then x-axis rotation, then it will be, say, yz plane, right? But by convention, usually principal axis or this any axis, usually z-axis, it will be considered to be improper axis of rotation. That's how this equation, it takes the axis to be along z-axis. Okay, let us try to understand this with some examples. The first example that I am taking is, this is ethane, simple ethane molecule. In its Newman projection, it has been represented. And here in symmetry part, definitely it is very important to look a molecule from a perfect view. In which view the operation, it can be demonstrated easily, we should go with that view. So Newman projection, it is very convenient to show this operation in case of eclipsed conformation of ethane molecule. That's how it has been represented in this Newman projection. So this is front carbon atom, and rear carbon atom, it is represented as this big circle, and front carbon atom, it is as dot. Now by definition, so here the axis of rotation, improper axis of rotation, it is the CC bond itself, which we are not seeing it because we are seeing the molecule across CC bond. So therefore we are not seeing that CC bond, and along CC bond, if we can rotate the molecule by 120 degree, C3 rotation it has been mentioned, or C3 axis it has been mentioned here. So therefore it should be 120 degree rotation. So if I perform that, as you can see here, this H1, it traces this path and it occupies this H2 position. H2 by 120 degree rotation, it comes here H3, and this H3, it comes to this position. See, that's what you observe here. Clockwise rotation by 120 degree, that results in this. Simultaneously, even back carbon, it is rotated. H4, it takes up the position of H5, H5, it takes up the position of H6, H6, it goes to H4. So therefore what you get is this orientation, right? Now this I can just say, in this case, this is C3 operation. Of course in this case, C3 operation by itself, it is symmetry operation, no doubt about it. Definitely question will arise, C3 operation by itself, it is symmetry operation, then why we should go for reflection? That question arises, but that can be answered well when I go to the next example. Just to begin with, I have taken this example. Now I have performed C3 operation and I have resulted, it has resulted in orientation 2 of the molecule. Let us say this is orientation 1, this is orientation 2. Since these two orientations, they are indistinguishable, definitely here this C3Z, that is also a operation of symmetry operation itself, right? No doubt about it. Now further what I do is, I'll not stop at this stage because I'm demonstrating improper axis of symmetry. So what I do is, I take reflection of this molecule, or reflection operation will be performed on this molecule on XY plane. See, if this is Z axis, axis of carbon-carbon axis, if it is Z axis, then this plane of the molecule, that itself will be XY plane, right? So that XY plane, exactly where it is present here, say it is exactly present between the two carbon atoms. You should imagine the things. So that plane, it exactly passes between H3 and H6, similarly H1 and H4, and similarly H2 and H5, and similarly C1 and C2. Exactly in the middle of CC axis, that plane passes. If I perform that operation, that will be sigma xy. Now then what happens is, on reflecting a molecule in a particular plane, just the both sides, either sides of the planes, they will exchange, or atoms which are present, they will exchange their position. So this H6, it takes up this position. That's how H6 it has come in front now. H3 it goes back. Similarly here H1 and H4 they change their position. Similarly H5 and H2 they have changed their position. Now even if you compare these two are also indistinguishable, or these two orientations, they are also identical, orientation 3, orientation 1. So therefore in this case now, this is also separate symmetry operation. This is considered to be a separate symmetry operation, right? It can be one called as a rotoreflection, rotation followed by reflection. So whenever this is possible, that if a molecule it is rotated by some angle, and then we take reflection in perpendicular plane, if that results in identical orientation, then we say that in that case we have this improper axis of symmetry, or SN. So here it will be S3, it is called as S3 because order of rotation, it will be simply order of proper axis operation what we are performing. Initially we will be starting with this proper axis operation itself. That order itself will be taken as order of improper axis 2, right? So this is just first 120-degree rotation, therefore I have even indicated that it as C31. Fine. Let me go to the next example. This is staggered ethane, but you can see the representation. I have represented the staggered ethane in a different way, so that this symmetry operation, it can be understood very easily, right? And in fact I should mention this orientation, or this particular orientation, it is called as David's star, and I have picked this method from symmetry and group theory by Anindya Datta, IIT Bombay professor. So he has given a very intensive course on this symmetry and group theory. Those who are interested in what I should say, totally mathematical way, or a very in-depth kind of course, then definitely you can do that. On YouTube videos, all videos, they are available. Fine, let us come back. Now this is staggered ethane, right? So here what I have done is, I have not shown carbon atoms itself. Carbon atoms, they have not been shown, just hydrogen atoms on first carbon atom. Say here one hydrogen atom, second one, and third one, it has been shown. This being staggered molecule, the molecule being staggered. Now in case of eclipsed, exactly behind H1 there was H4, but now it is staggered, therefore this H1 and H4, that makes a dihedral angle of 60 degrees. So therefore H4, it takes up this position. So this back triangle, it represents hydrogen atoms which are present on back carbon atom, which we are not seeing. Say maybe here we can mention a point and we can say that it is front carbon atom. Back carbon atom we are not seeing, and it's just hydrogens are visible to us. Those are represented as H4, H5, H6. So they are present exactly between hydrogens of front carbon atom. So this can be said as now staggered ethane. Now let me perform C6 operation on this, and this axis, it is taken to be carbon-carbon bond, it is taken to be axis, and let me perform C6 operation. See, C6, it represents 60 degree rotation. If I mention C6, it means that totally during a course of 360 degree, 6 times we should get identical orientation. If I just go with C6, that is the definition, but here it is not a symmetry operation. In simple words, what I can say is C6, it represents 60 degree rotation. Fine, if I rotate this molecule by 60 degree, now on this front carbon atom, H1 which is present at this position, right? So it will come here, not exactly at H4, but it will be above H4. You should be able to imagine the things, right? See, H1, it is on front carbon atom, it takes up this position by 60 degree rotation. Simultaneously, H2, it will come here, exactly above H5. Exactly above H5 in the sense wherever H5 is present now. So with reference to this H5, if I say, it will be exactly above H5. Similarly, this H3, it will be taking up this position. That's how by 60 degree rotation, H1, H2, H3, it changes their position like this, right? So this is just 60 degree rotation. Now simultaneously, even this H4, H5, H6, they will change their position. And how they change their position? H4, which was present here earlier, now it comes here on back carbon itself, backside itself. So it will take up this position that you can see here. H4 which was present here, that has come here on back carbon. Similarly, H5 which was here by 60 degree rotation on back carbon atom, it will be somewhere here. So that you can find here. Similarly, this H6 originally it was here and now it will come here, right? Now carefully you observe these two are definitely distinguishable. These two are not equivalent to each other, because on front carbon atom we have hydrogen atom here, but now on front carbon atom we don't have hydrogen atom. Similarly, on back carbon atom at this position we have hydrogen atom. Now we don't have back carbon atom, you refer here, we don't have hydrogen atom here, right? So therefore this is different from this, and now C6, it is definitely not a symmetry operation on this molecule, right? Now what I do is, on this molecule I further apply sigma xy, right? Just like as I had done in the case of eclipsed ethane. In similar way I apply sigma xy because it is rotation followed by reflection in perpendicular plane, so it is sigma xy. Now if I do that, right, so here star, it has not come that good, right? Overlapping has happened, but try to understand. So this H6, definitely it will come above. So this you can say to be which are marked with the double lines, that will be your front carbon atoms and front hydrogen atoms. H6 which was earlier at the back, after applying sigma x, that will take up this position, front position. And similarly H4, H5, all these H6, H4, H5, H6, all these three, they come front. Similarly, after the sigma operation, H1, H2, H3, which were earlier on front, they have gone back now. Right? This single lined triangle, you can now imagine it to be, or you can say it to be back triangle or back carbon atom and respective hydrogen atoms. So therefore, you have resulted in this orientation. Now you can compare these two. So now here on front carbon atom, you have hydrogen atom, front carbon atom, hydrogen atom. Back carbon atom, here hydrogen, back carbon atom, here hydrogen. So definitely these two, they are indistinguishable, right? So these two, they were not indistinguishable, whereas these two, they are indistinguishable. Therefore I can say that these two being identical or not identical, these two being equivalent, definitely this is S6, C6-1 combined with sigma. So in total I can say that this is from here to here. If I am moving from here to here, so I can just mention that this whole operation, it is S6-1. Let us say here I mention to be S6-1. So therefore for this molecule what I have is S6 alternative axis of symmetry or improper axis of symmetry is present, and order of that is 6. So hope this has given a clear idea why this improper axis of symmetry, it is essential, because sometimes on that axis we will not be having proper axis of rotation, but improper axis of symmetry really it exists in many cases. Therefore this has got importance. Okay, now in the next slide I'll try to perform the animation of this operation, S6 operation, and followed by that even we shall see I may not present it in this way. In case of methane molecule, simple methane molecule also we have S4 axis. Let me demonstrate that also in the coming slides. Right, this is the molecule staggered ethane. Let's see S6 axis in this case. So in the two-dimensional representation, what I had explained, the molecule, it was viewed like this, as you can see, front carbon atom, and this was back carbon atom, but the molecule, it was viewed along carbon-carbon bond. That's how back carbon, it was not visible, and these three hydrogens, they were mentioned in the form of triangle as hydrogen on first carbon atom or front carbon atom, and these three on another triangle as hydrogens on back carbon atom. Okay, let me see S6 axis now. So S6 axis, it is collinear with this CC bond. When I weave this molecule along the CC bond, that S6 axis, it may not be possible for me to show that, right? Okay, now what I perform is S6 axis, S6 operation, S6-1. So that is simply rotation of this molecule, whole molecule by 60 degree followed by reflection in perpendicular plane. See, observe it here. Molecule, it has total molecule, it has taken 60 degree rotation followed by reflection, which has resulted in identical orientation, right? So maybe from other view, plane, it exists in fact here. So this is the plane. So from this side also we can see the same operation. Molecule, it rotates by 60 degree and then it reflects, which results in indistinguishable orientation. See, definitely for this molecule, just if I consider S6 rotation, if I do on this front carbon atom, this comes here. On front carbon atom, this hydrogen, it comes somewhere here, right? That will not result in indistinguishable orientation, whereas this S6, definitely it results in indistinguishable. Let's see the S4 axis in case of methane molecule. So this is the methane molecule loaded here, and even S4 axis has been identified, and the axis on which the rotation is to be performed, and then the plane on which the reflection is to be performed. Both the things have been identified here, right? Now let me go for the operation. See, along this axis, now the molecule, it is rotated by 90 degrees, S4. So it is C4 followed by sigma. The molecule, it gets rotated by 90 degree. One more time we can see the same. So this to this position, it will result in 90 degree rotation. From here it is reflection operation, which results in indistinguishable or equivalent orientation. Therefore this molecule, it has S4 axis of symmetry, right? So we can even weave it along, say, along this plane. Now maybe C2, clearly we can see from here to here, sorry, not C2, C4 followed by sigma. So this is S4 axis for this molecule, right? Now see, this is S4 axis, but this is collinear with C2 axis too. That also I can show. So this axis, it is collinear. Now see, C2 and S4 both have merged. The S4 axis, it is C2 axis 2. But now S2 is not a symmetry operation here. C2 is symmetry operation, S4 is symmetry operation, but C2 is just a operation. S2 is not operation. C2 you can check for. So I am demonstrating C2 now, proper axis. The whole molecule, it can be rotated by 180 degree to get indistinguishable orientation. If we do just C4, that is not symmetry operation. Similarly, if we do S2, that is also not symmetry operation, right? So this is on methane molecule. So what I request is, this methane molecule in a two-dimension space, usually it will be kept in a cube, and in that, from that cube, it can be demonstrated that S4 axis, it exists for this molecule. I sincerely request you to try that on plane so that you understand it in a better way. Hope this has given a clear idea of alternate axis of symmetry or improper axis of symmetry to if you feel it's useful, you can give a like to this video, you can share this video with your friends, and for new videos and the continuous notification, you can subscribe to the channel and you can press the bell icon. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you again.